Hey guys, welcome to our family channel. Thank you for checking out our little corner of the world. Today, this room desperately needs to be cleaned. There are books and clothes everywhere, as you can see, and their beds definitely need to be made. There's always a ton of books in their bed, which is fine with me, but it just needs to be straightened up. So I'm going to work on that today, and I will film it for you guys. Their closet's not too bad. I probably need to purge some stuff, but we'll do that another day. So let's go ahead and get started.
The first thing I like to do when I clean our bedrooms is to make the beds, and I think that's because the instant gratification is so rewarding, and even if the whole room is a mess, if the beds are made, it just looks a lot more put together. So I just throw all the stuffed animals and books off of their beds so I can make it easier on myself. If you have kids with bunk beds, you know how much of a pain, especially the top bunk, can be to make. So anything to make it easier. If you have any tips, please feel free to let me know. This is actually also one of the chores that the girls have. We call them their family contributions, and I'll talk about that in another video soon. But I find they're only 3 and 5 years old, so it's hard for them to do the full making of the bed. So I like to give them a fresh start. Every couple weeks I'll make the bed fully for them, so it's a little easier. Now I'm moving on to the closet, and as you can see, there were a pile of clothes here on the floor. Those are all clean clothes, most of which were already on hangers, and for some reason we just never hung them up. I couldn't tell you why, but I'm going to get those sorted by which ones are Quinn's and which ones are Bailey's and get those hung up so they can be out of my way for the book organization. Next, I'm going to move on to gathering anything in their room that doesn't belong in there. There happened to be this box from a Christmas gift, so I just threw everything into this box so that I can easily take it downstairs and put everything where it needs to be. And then I'm going to get all of those books into a pile near the bookshelf so I can be ready to get started. There are always books and sometimes stuffed animals and other things that find their way under the beds. So instead of trying to get myself under there, which sometimes I just do, I decided to ask Bailey to help me out, and she was happy to do it. then now for the biggest task of all in here, which always takes the longest, is organizing all of their books. And some of you are going to think I'm really crazy, but I love organization and especially color coding. So I'm actually putting them in stacks based on the color of the spine of the book. And then I will organize them on the shelves in a rainbow color order. So it just looks really pretty and nice and neat, which you'll see later on. It obviously doesn't stay this way, but I would say about every other week I just come in here and do a sweep of it all and reorganize it. And you'll see I also organize them by height as well. It's totally crazy, I know, but it makes me happy and it's really nice to look at. So that's the motivation that keeps me going. At this point, I realized that there were some books missing. We never have any space on the cubbies once all of the books are put away, and I noticed that there was almost a full cubby open. So I remembered that the girls had a big stack of books in our bedroom that I hadn't grabbed. So I go grab those and put those in a pile and start the organizing process all over again with those ones. And while I'm doing this, I'm also putting 2 stacks of books to the left of me. One of the stacks are the Christmas books for the girls, and we put them away each year and bring them out each December just so they're not tired of them by the time Christmas rolls around. And the other stack are homeschool books that belong in the office. They usually find their way into their bedrooms because they love to read them, which is okay with me. You'll also notice that the bottom 2 cubbies are not color-coded, and that's because the left side are library books, so it's easier to find them when the time comes, and the right side are chapter books, and those are the ones Bailey loves to read. If you haven't looked at this book yet, The Wonky Donkey, it is hilarious and I highly recommend it. I'm sure you've seen the YouTube video of the Swedish grandma reading it, so definitely check that one out. It is worth it for sure.
Invincible.
now I'm just going to put away all the smaller board books that we have, which we keep here in the vanity on the shelves here to free up space on the bigger bookshelf. And then bring the pile of books that belong in the office back in there and pick up the last few things. It was pretty late at night, so I didn't get a chance to vacuum, and the girls were needing to go to bed, so I'll have to do the deep cleaning another day. But I'm glad that I got all of the organizing done and that it looks decent and not like a tornado blew through their room. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to see other videos like these or other mom life related things, be sure to click the subscribe button below this video so you can be notified when I post next. And always remember to stay humble and be kind, and I'll see you next time.